Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. In today's video, from mathematics subject, quadratic equations topic we are going to discuss. So we were learning different methods of solving quadratic equation, children. So already we discussed about this factoration method. Square root method is completed. Completing the square method is also completed. Now we have one more method called quadratic formula method. So how to solve quadratic equation which is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. How to solve this means how to find the value of x by using this quadratic formula method that we are going to learn today. So the quadratic formula method. So it is also known as Sridharacharya formula because the quadratic formula, it was first given by an ancient Indian mathematician Sridharacharya around 1025 AD. So that's why it is called Sridharacharya's formula for finding the roots of quadratic equation, which is in the form ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So algebraically, we can derive a formula that will allow us to produce the solutions to general quadratic equations. So here we will be learning about this quadratic formula, children. Means Sridharacharya's formula we are going to learn now. So to derive the formula, let's start with the standard form of equation. So the standard form of equation is x square term ax square, x term bx, constant term c which is equal to 0. This is known as standard form or general form of an quadratic equation. So where a is not equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. Suppose, let's assume a greater than 0. Let's assume a greater than 0. So now, so our main work is we are going to find Sridharacharya's formula for this quadratic equation to find the value of x. So let's divide on both sides by a, which is coefficient of x square. So what will come? Ax square by a, bx by a, c by a, 0 by a. So we have divided both sides, all terms by a. A gets cancelled, x square will remain, bx by a, second term, c by a, third term, 0 by a equals to 0. Now we got this. So let's take this c by a that side. So if c by a is taken to right hand side, it will become minus c by a. X square plus bx plus a equal to minus c by a. Now let's apply the completing squares method. Let's apply the completing squares method. Means left hand side, right hand side, both sides, the terms to be written in terms of squares. By completing squares method, try to write them in that method. So here it should be in the form of two terms are there, but it should be in the written in the form of a plus b whole square, which is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Means if we have a square plus 2ab plus b square, then we can write a plus b whole square. Now we have only two terms. A square is there, 2ab is there. We need b square. For having this b square, so what we have to do means, suppose if this is 2ab, if the middle term is 2ab, for having b square, so for that we have to take half of the middle term. Half of the middle term. The middle term is b by a, which is coefficient of x. We have to take half of the middle term, half into b by a, half into b by a, and we have to square it. we have to square it. We have to square it, and this term to be added on both sides of the equation. So here, so this half into b by a, half of the middle term, half into b by a whole square, which means 1 into b, 2 into a, 2a, b by 2a whole square, or b square by 2a whole square means 2 square means 4, a square, b square by 4a square. So according to the completing squares method, if you want to write like that, so then we have to add this term on both sides of the equation. So for this term, let's add b square by 4a square. For minus ca, let's add b square by 4a square. Because ca is having minus, so that's why we have written in the last, b square by 4a square we have written in the first. So next, now this middle term b by a, now this b by ax can be written as b by a is there, we can multiply with 2, we can divide with 2, means the b by ax can be written as 2 into b by 2a into x. Like this it can be written. So 2 to cancel, its value is b by ax. So we can write like this, and b by 4a square can be written as b by 2a whole square. b by 2a whole square. The left hand side part can be written like this, which is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square, means which can be written in shortcut as a plus b whole square. So left hand side we have written like a square. Right hand side, if we take the LCM, so here 4a square is the LCM. So here b square minus a is there. So a into 4a, 4a square, 4a into c, 4ac. So left hand side, right hand side we will be having b square minus 4ac by 4a square. So b square minus 4ac by 4a square. b square minus 4ac by 4a square. Suppose if this square comes this side, it will become square root. Square root of b square minus 4ac by 4a square. We can take positive square root, we can take negative square root. Negative square root. But we want to find the value of x. For that we have to isolate this b plus, isolate x. Means this b plus 2a to be taken right hand side. So it will become minus b by 2a. If we isolate x, then x equal to minus b by 2a plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 4a square. So where this 4a square, this can be written as root of b square minus 4ac by root of 4a square. In the denominator, root of 4a square equal to 2a. So minus b by 2a plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So this is the formula which we have got. Or by 2a common, we can write as common denominator 2a. In the numerator part, minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. If we keep plus, we will get one value of x. If we take minus, we will get one value of x. In this way, we can find two values of x by using this formula, which is known as quadratic formula or Sridharacharya's formula. So this condition we have find it for a greater than 0. If a greater than 0, then we have applied this all values and we have concluded this equation. So a similar proof also applies for a less than 0. Means if alpha comma beta are the solutions of quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0, a may be greater than 0, a may be less than 0, but not equal to 0. In this case, alpha value will be minus b plus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Beta value will be minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. In this way, with the help of quadratic equation, so directly we can find the values of alpha, beta, which are roots of the quadratic equation. Roots of the quadratic equation. So here, children. So next. So the nature of roots of quadratic equation. So now we have derived the formulas of alpha, formulas of beta, which are roots of quadratic equation. Now we are going to discuss about their nature. Means for the given quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0 and bc are real numbers. Alpha value, beta value we know. So the alpha and beta's nature, we can describe the nature of roots with the help of the value which is inside the root in the quadratic formula, which is b square minus 4ac. Based on this value, root value, we can guess. Based on the value which is inside the root, we can guess the nature of roots, and this value is called discriminant of the equation. This value is called discriminant of the equation. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Sometimes denoted by capital D, sometimes denoted by delta symbol. This is delta symbol, triangle symbol, delta symbol. So delta equal to b square minus 4ac. So the nature of roots of equation depend upon the nature of its discriminant, which is delta, which is b square minus 4ac. If the delta value or discriminant value is negative, means if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, so then if we take the alpha value minus b plus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, where minus b plus this discriminant value is becoming negative, suppose minus 1 by 2a. So root of minus 1 is an example of imaginary number I. Imaginary number I. Minus b plus I by 2a, where minus b, 2a are real numbers and I is imaginary number. Means there is no such number like root of minus 1 in the real numbers. So it's not real. It is called imaginary number. So the roots will become non-real. If the discriminant is less than 0, the roots will become imaginary. Means roots will be non-real roots. Roots will be non-real roots. Or roots will be imaginary roots. Or roots will be complex numbers. Roots will be complex numbers. Suppose like this. If one value is minus 4 root of minus 1, another value is minus 4 root of minus 1. Means if you multiply this both, if you multiply the both, minus 4 plus root of minus 1 into minus 4 minus root of minus 1, this is in the form of a plus b, a minus b, which is equal to a square minus 4 whole square minus root of minus 1 whole square, a square minus b square. Minus 4 whole square means 16 minus root of minus 1 whole square means square root cancel minus 1. Minus 1 into minus plus 1, 17. Means roots are, if you multiply both the roots, alpha and beta, when the roots are imaginary, then the whole root will be cancelled. We will get a real number. So alpha is not real. Its value is minus 4 plus root of minus 1. Beta is not real. Try to understand, children. If the discriminant is negative, if b square minus 4ac value is less than 0, so then alpha is not real root. Beta is not real root. Both are non-real roots, imaginary roots, complex numbers. But their product, if you do their product, it belongs to a real number. So they are called conjugate to each other. If we multiply two imaginary numbers, if their product is a real number, so they are said to be conjugate to each other. Conjugate to each other. So that is first property, Charan. First nature of roots. So 1 minute, Charan. So next, Charan. If the discriminant is 0, b square minus 4ac value is 0. So then root of discriminant value will become root 0. So minus b, in the place of root of b square minus 4ac, we can take root 0. Minus b plus root 0 by 2a. Root 0 is nothing but 0, which is equal to minus b by 2a. Another value of x, minus b minus root of 0, which is equal to 0, which is equal to minus b by 2a. Means first value also equals to minus b by 2a. Second root also equal to minus b by 2a, which are real numbers. There is no imaginary number in this. Both are real numbers. Both are equal. Means if the discriminant is 0, roots are equal and real. Roots are equal and real. Roots are equal and real. If the discriminant is positive, means greater than 0. So then discriminant is positive, root of plus value, root of plus 2 plus 3 are, so this is a real number. If the discriminant is positive, this will be a real number, but minus b plus root 2 minus b minus root 2, both values will be different. Roots are real but distinct, means different. Next, if it is a perfect square, if this value, if b square minus 4ac, if b square minus 4ac is a perfect square, suppose we have minus 2 plus root of 16 by 5, one root, minus 2 minus root of 16 by 5. Like this we have two roots, where this 16 is the discriminant. 16 is the discriminant, which is a perfect square, which can be written as 4 square. 4 square. So what value we will be we will be getting minus 2 plus 4 by 5, minus 2 minus 4 by 5, which is an example of rational number. Rational number, and both of them are unequal, distinct. If b square minus 4ac is a perfect square, then it will be having root value, then the roots will become rational numbers, unequal. Whereas if it is not a perfect square, then this total root value don't have any root. As it doesn't have any root, it will become irrational number. So if it is not a perfect square, then the roots are irrational and conjugate to each other. Means if the roots are irrational, if you multiply alpha beta, product will become equals to a real number. So they are called conjugate. And suppose if it is a perfect square and this a is an integer, z, a is an integer which is equal to 1. a is an integer which is equal to 1, b and c are other integers, means denominator part becomes 1. Denominator part becomes 1. So then the roots are integers. Then the roots will be considered as integers. So like this. So here children, if the discriminant is negative, we will get root of negative value, which is not real, which is imaginary, which is a real number plus imaginary number. It will become complex. Root will become complex. So roots are non-real roots, are imaginary roots, are complex numbers. When discriminant equal to 0, so then the value is first root is minus b by 2a, second root is minus b by 2a. Roots are equal and real. When the discriminant is positive, then the roots will be real, real and distinct, real and different. Suppose if the discriminant is perfect square, then the roots are rational numbers, but unequal. Suppose if the numerator in the denominator part, if a is 1, then the roots are integers. Suppose if the discriminant is not a perfect square, then the roots are irrational numbers, but they are conjugate. Their product belongs to real numbers. Next one. If the coefficients of quadratic equation are rational and one of the root is irrational, then other root its conjugate. If one root is irrational, children, then other root will be its conjugate. Means if one root is 4 plus root 3, another root will be 4 minus root 3. So that if you multiply them, root will be gets cancelled. Or if the roots are complex, like 4 plus root of minus 1, then other will be 4 minus root of minus 1. Then also they will be conjugate. If the roots are irrational or complex or imaginary, then the roots will be conjugate to each other. Roots will be a conjugate pair. Conjugate pair. Here children, example 1. Find the nature of roots of equations given below. X square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. They have given x square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. X square minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0. We can compare with ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a equals to 1, b equals to minus 5, c equal to 6. A equals to 1, b equal to minus 5, c equal to 6. Delta value, discriminant value, b square minus 4ac, where b is minus 5 whole square, 25, 4ac, 4 into 1 into 6, 24, which is 1, which is greater than 0. So means the discriminant value is greater than 0, means positive. So roots are real and distinct. Real and distinct. What are the roots? Minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Formula we have to apply. Minus b, minus of minus 5 plus 5. B square minus 4ac already we have calculated 1. So root of 1 equals to 1. So plus or minus 1 by 2. Means 5 plus 1 by 2 is one root. 5 minus 1 by 2 is another root. 6 by 2, 3. 4 by 2, 2. So the roots are 2 and 3. Roots are 2 and 3. Next, another equation. Let's compare it with ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a equals to 1, b equals to 2, c equals to minus 1. Delta value, b square minus 4ac, 8 greater than 0, so which is positive. If the discriminant is greater than 0, roots are real and distinct. Minus 2 plus or minus b square minus 4ac value 8. Root 8 is equal to 2 root 2 because root 8 can be written as root 4 into 2. Root of 4 is 2, 2 root 2. So minus 2 plus or minus 2 root 2 by 2. 2 we can take common. 2 we can take common. 1 plus or minus root 2 by 2. 2 cancel. 2 cancel. 1 plus or minus root 2. Minus 1 plus or minus root 2 means minus 1 plus root 2 minus 1 minus root 2. Roots are real means what does it mean? They may be rational, they may be irrational. They may be rational, symbol q, irrational, symbol q dash. But here root 2, not a perfect square, irrational number. So the roots are conjugate. The roots will make a conjugate pair. The roots are irrational numbers. The roots are distinct. The roots are real only, but in real numbers they are irrationals. Next one. For what values of p the quadratic equation has real roots? This is the quadratic equation. If you compare with the ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, a value is p, b value is 8, c value is minus 2. C value is minus 2. They have given that the equation is having real roots. Real roots means discriminant should be greater than or equal to 0. Means if we substitute values in the place of b, 8 square, in the place of 4ac, 4 into p into minus 2, this should be greater than or equal to 0, or 64 plus 8p greater than or equal to 0, or p greater than or equal to minus 8, because 64 comes this side. 8p greater than or equal to minus 64, p greater than or equal to minus 64 by 8, which is equal to minus 8. So greater than or equal to minus 8. So the solution set is greater than. Greater than minus 8 means minus 7, minus 6, minus 5, minus 4. These all values are greater than minus 8. Greater than minus 8. So all values. First we will be having minus 8. After that minus 7, minus 6, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2. Like that up to infinity we can take the values. There is no limit. So solution set is minus 8 comma infinity. Minus 8 comma infinity. Okay. Next one. Find the value of k if the inequation has equal roots. The inequation, this is the inequation. If you compare with ABC, A is 1, B is minus 2k plus 1, C is k square, but it is having equal roots. So discriminant will be 0. Discriminant will be 0. So discriminant means b square minus 4ac will be 0. B square minus 2 into k plus 1 whole square, 4 into a value 1, c value k square. If you multiply this, minus 2 whole square means 4, k plus 1 whole square means a square plus 2ab plus b square minus 4 into 1 into k square, 4k square. If you multiply this, 4 into k square, 4k square, 4 into 2k, 8k, 4 into 1, 4 minus 4k, 4k. So from, 4k square, 4k square, 4k square, plus minus cancel, 8k plus 4, 8k plus 4 equal to 0. We can take 4 common, 2k plus 1 equal to 0. This 4 will go down. 2k plus 1 equal to 0 by 4, which is equal to 0. So 2k plus 1 equal to 0. K equal to minus half. K equal to minus half. Like that. If they give the equation, we can find the roots. Or if they give the nature, if they give the roots, we can find the nature. Or if they give the nature of roots, we can find the roots or any other unknown value. So, okay, children, that is about. So, what we have learned, children, in different methods, quadratic formula method, Sridharacharya formula we have learned. So, which is derivation. This is all derivation part, children. So, the final roots are minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. If we take plus, it will be equal to alpha. If we take minus, it will be equal to beta. Nature of roots depends on discriminant. If the discriminant is negative, roots are non-real. If the discriminant is 0, roots are equal and real. If the discriminant is positive, roots are real and unequal. If it is perfect square, roots are rational. If it is perfect square and denominator a value 1, roots are integers. If delta is not perfect square, roots are irrational and conjugate pair. Means when the roots are imaginary or when the roots are irrational, they will form a conjugate pair. And some example problems we have solved. So, remaining part we can learn in our next video, children. So, thank you for watching our video, children. So, please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates. Thank you, children. Have a good day.